Achievement Overview.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Legend of Korra Achievement Overview. There are a total of 30 achievements and we'll cover all of them in this video. On your screen right now there are achievements with annotations that will skip the video ahead to the achievement that you want to see. There are also time links in the description in case you don't like annotations or you're watching on a mobile platform. Got it? Then let's kick some ass! There are 8 achievements for beating the story, 1 for each chapter. These are unmissable as long as you beat the story, whether you do it on casual or normal, but I would personally recommend that you do it on normal because that will unlock the extreme difficulty, which is another achievement. After finishing the second chapter, you should have enough money or points to buy your first item, and that's an achievement. Go to Korra's room and equip it, and that's another achievement. If the item you've equipped is a usable item like the healer's water, which heals Korra, if you use it while playing, Zhu Li will do the thing. While playing the game, there are a bunch of achievements that you should keep in mind. The first one is Jill of all trades. From time to time you'll get some prompts that will teach you how to play the game. Sometimes these pop on the center of the screen, but sometimes they're just on the corner. Make sure you keep an eye out for these prompts. If you follow them all, you'll complete all the tutorials when you reach chapter 8, the last chapter, and you activate the avatar state. Another thing to keep in mind is to complete one of the Naga running sequences without hitting anything. This might be easier to do once you've completed the game. Since you retain all of your abilities, you'll have more tools to destroy obstacles. The level where I did it was a sequence in chapter 4. I don't know why, but that was the easiest one for me. Just retry it and eventually you will get it. There are a bunch of combat moves that you'll have to repeat multiple times as well, so remember these words: jump, dodge, counter, finish, spirit bend, clash, and avatar state. The 100 jumps aren't really an issue. Totally got that by accident by chapter 4 without even thinking about it. The clash mode was also pretty natural. This happens whenever you fight the triad benders. Sometimes they'll counter you and you'll go into clash mode. 10 times isn't that much, but everything else kinda required me to keep an eye out for it. To dodge, counter, perform finishing moves, and to activate the avatar state, you can pretty much go to any level you want. I'd only recommend that you pick casual or normal difficulty, because the avatar gauge charges really slowly on extreme. For spirit bending, go to chapter 6, cause there are tons of spirits there. Make sure you don't hit the spirits when they get stunned, because that will just kill them. You want them to get stunned, and then press the finishing move button to spirit bend them away. Whatever activity you're doing, make sure you finish the level, otherwise the stats won't be saved. Keep all of these in mind, and all these 7 achievements shall be yours. For Combo Master, you must level up your bending types, which actually synergizes pretty well with the full-baked avatar. You'll have to max out all your bending types anyway, and that will unlock new combos by itself. You'll also need to purchase the combos from the store. You don't need to buy the books. As you can see, I've got the achievement without buying a single book. The combos in the store will become available as you level up your bending, then all you have to do is spend your points on it. Speaking of spending points, for Talisman Collector you need to purchase 12 talismans. There are a total of 13, so you gotta purchase almost all of them. Some of them are free, they only require you to complete something to unlock them, like completing the Pro Bending Tournament on Ace difficulty, or inputting the secret code in the store, which by the way is right, left, then X or square, depending on the controller you're using. On the keyboard, it's 2244 left click. And these talismans, they are pretty expensive, but with the 2 playthroughs that you're required to do to get all of the achievements, one on normal difficulty and another one on extreme, you'll have enough points to buy all of these. How about treasure items? Well, they work a little bit differently than regular collectibles. Every time you open a chest, a random treasure will drop. It doesn't really matter what rank you get, what really matters is the item itself. Theoretically, you could almost collect all the treasures with a single chest. I say almost because there are a couple of exceptions, but we'll get to that in a while. If you've finished all your playthroughs and you still need the treasures, go to chapter 7. There are 2 chests right at the beginning of the level. If they don't drop anything that you still need, just go back to the chapter screen and start again. If you do get an item that you need though, finish the level, otherwise it doesn't save. Now regarding the exception we talked about, the last collectible, the Avatar 1's teapot, drops when you kill the last boss. I am not entirely sure about the conditions you need to meet to get this. It might be associated with the rank you get from the battle, or the fact that you're not beating it for the first time on a given difficulty. Me, for example, I only got it the second time I beat the boss on casual, and I got a gold rank on that fight, but it might just have a drop chance associated with it. Although cabbages also drop from chests from time to time, the chance is kinda low. The best way of getting it is by killing certain enemies that drop it all the time, like the robots when you're fighting as Giant Korra. But if you need to farm cabbages, I'd recommend doing it on chapter 6. After fighting the 2 giant spirits, giant puddles of darkness will start spawning all over the place. Instead of running away from them and finishing the level, go back and you'll see a dark spirit spawning. This guy will drop a cabbage every single time, and it's probably the best place to farm the cabbages since you'll have to finish the level anyway, no matter where you're trying to farm this. Worst case scenario, you'll have to beat chapter 6 10 times. So I'd advise going for this achievement last because you might get other cabbages by accident during your other playthroughs. And the last set of achievements we're going for are on pro bending. The first one is knockout, which requires you to knock out 10 teams in pro bending matches. These are 10 teams, not 10 players, bear this in mind. Story matches and pro bending matches both count towards this, so if you're having trouble, just play the league on the easiest difficulty until you get it. Face-off requires you to tie one of the rounds on any match. To tie the round, make sure both teams have the same amount of players, and they're both fighting in the middle, so they'll be tied on players and on zones. As soon as the timer runs out, you'll see the face-off platform raising for a one-on-one battle, and as soon as you win that, the achievement will pop. And the last achievement is pretty straightforward. Just beat Pro Bending League on the Ace difficulty. This will be locked if you haven't beaten the other 2 difficulties, and remember that there's a talisman associated with this, so you might want to do this early. And that's it for the achievement overview. As a bonus, here are the secret codes for the different Korra costumes that you can unlock on Korra's room. Just go there and input these codes and you got 2 new costumes to wear. If you've got any questions regarding any of the achievements, leave me a comment and I'll help to the best of my ability. If you didn't have any trouble, let me know what you thought of the game. I'd love to hear your opinion. Anyway, that's it from me. Take care, guys, and I'll see you next time.